to the Party Room Film Festival March Madness official update video. You're here, I presume, to discover which films won their regional final matchup. And let me tell you, the results are in. And they might be shocking. Or they might just be...
They might not be.
Just kind of standard.
But we're going to tell you.
We've come too far now to not go all the way. So, if your film made it this far, you are 2/3 of the way to winning the entire thing. You just gotta win 2 more matchups to be the champion.
What a great place to be.
Regional final. Alright. Which film won the Lake region? You had Wet, with kind of the home field advantage, since it's pretty lake-centric, going up against Ugg. You know, the caveman versus alien scenario. And this one was kind of one-sided at first because Wet was up 6-2. However, Ugg had 4 consecutive votes come in to tie it up at 6.
Wow.
And in the end, the winner was Wet.
Whoa, Wet.
Wet.
Out of the lake
7-6.
Coming out of the lake region, the home field advantage, Wet. Final 4 journey. How about it?
Just barely survives against Ugg. Wet wins the lake region. Congratulations to Wet.
Nice job, Zach.
Now we've got the Candy Town region. A classic 1 versus 2 showdown here. And for a while, it looked like it was going to be another runaway win for Bargain Batman. It jumped out to a 5-0 lead, and it seemed as if it was unstoppable. However, in a surprising turn of events, Pegged pulled a rally, getting vote after vote, clawing its way back in, coming down to the very end, another 7-6 scenario, and the winner was... Bargain Batman.
No way.
7-6.
What a victory.
Bargain Batman.
What a matchup.
Just barely hangs on. Peg really gave it a run for its money, but just couldn't quite get past the Caped Crusader.
Excellent work, Matt, wherever you are out there. Nice job on getting
Wherever
to the
he
final
is,
film.
he managed to somehow get his film into the Final 4. Winner of the Candy Town region. So good job, Matt. Good job.
Never count out the Dark Knight.
Now we're going. Yeah, the Dark Knight, more accurately. Alright, we're going to talk about the Cemetery region now. And this one, a 2 versus 4 matchup. Tick Tick going up against Sweaty Gaines. And boy, oh boy, this one was kind of, you know, there were votes going either way at the beginning. And there was never like a huge amount of separation. It wasn't as close as the other 2 matchups, but it was still pretty close. And in the end, it was...
You're the bat! No!
Sweaty Gaines with an 8-5 win.
8-5 over Tick Tick, wow.
Sweaty Gaines dethrones a Golden Dewey winner, 8-5.
Wow, there's only one Golden Dewey winning. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. Although it could be true after we find out what happens in the Amara region. But wow, what a victory for Paul there. Finally gets one of his films into the Final 4 after having 3 of his films eliminated last week.
Congratulations to him for his film still being alive. And as for Tick Tick, good run. Good run to make it all the way to the Elite 8. Now we're going to the final region, the Amara region, where we had I'm a Monster and My Girlfriend is a Scream. Coming down to the wire here.
Very excited to hear what happened in this one.
And this region coming down to the wire with a 1 versus 2 matchup. And... perhaps a bit anticlimactic of an ending, as this was actually the biggest blowout of the entire round.
Really?
Never really was close at all. It was pretty pretty overwhelming in favor of My Girlfriend is a Scream with a 10-3 win over I'm a Monster.
Ooh, 10-3 over I'm a Monster. Oh, that's a pretty accurate, like, kind of like what happened in the Glenn Powers and Ferguson vote in the film.
I'm a Monster squeaking by with consecutive 7-6 wins, but ran up against My Girlfriend is a Scream and just got pummeled.
Luck ran out for I'm a Monster.
And with that happening, that means that all the Golden Dewey winners except for Bargain Batman are now eliminated, interestingly enough. So, we will see what happens in the final four vote. But Sam, what are your takeaways from the semifinal matchups?
Well, I think this is a very interesting turnout here for the Final Four. No surprise with Wet coming out of the Lake region. Classic film, one of the best that we've got to offer in the Party Room Film Festival. Bargain Batman coming out of Candytown, saw that coming. I think if you roll back the tape in the very first episode, I believe I said that that I wouldn't be surprised if Bargain Batman was the only 1 seed to make it to the Final Four. Sweaty Games, a Cinderella story, if you will, a 4 seed, the lowest remaining seeded film, going into the Final Four. Can Paul Stigler finally come out on top, or will he be falling short yet again? And then My Girlfriend is a Scream, really just what a blowout victory over I'm a Monster. That actually surprises me. Doesn't necessarily surprise me that My Girlfriend is a Scream made it out of this region, but really surprising that the margin of victory there was so big. But really good run for I'm a Monster, our reigning Golden Dewey champion. 8 really incredible films here. No surprise that these 4 are where they're at this point. And this is how the Final Four matchup's going to go. You're going to have the Lake region winner versus the Candytown winner, which is Wet versus Bargain Batman. So a year 2 versus a year 3 film going up against another year 2, year 3 matchup, with Sweaty Gains coming out of the Cemetery region going up against My Girlfriend is a Scream and the Amara region. 4 awesome films. Thank you guys so much for participating in this. But yeah, really excited to see where this all ends up.
You know what to do. You know the word. Vote.
Go vote.
Vote.
Cast your vote. Your
Your
vote counts. Your vote counts.
Vote.
Yep. All right, Luna, you want to say bye? Yep. Come on. Come on. I know you don't like being picked up. There she is. Everybody,
Focus and everything.
cast your vote. You can't vote for Luna, but Luna says vote. Yep, that's her vote face. So go vote. Okay, I'm gonna let's turn it off.